We have taught women in the United States to show nothing but disrespect towards men. We've also taught men the same thing. We've taught both sexes that if it's a man who's being abused, that it's your job to talk over him, to dismiss him, to treat him like he's less than a human being. It's gross. See, here's the difference between when a man needs help and when a woman needs help. When a woman needs help, we're all expected to drop everything right now. All of us. Man, woman, makes no difference. But when a man's being abused, we're expected to talk over him or tell him to go away. To treat him like he's less of a human being for being abused. Now, I've been in this country my entire life, and I can tell you that out of all of the women that I've met in my lifetime, American women are the worst when it comes to this. Being born in America doesn't make you a selfish person. Being a selfish person makes you a selfish person. You guys can see on my channel that I do speak up often. I do try to get help. I'm dismissed by everybody. Talked over like it's no big thing. Then, of course, a lot of these people find out they're recorded and on my channel and they get angry with me. They don't like being posted about. They don't like being on the internet. They don't have any problems with me being harmed or injured. They don't have any problems with people threatening to kill me. Not one person in the town of Tillamook has ever actually cared about me as a person. Not one. Now, as almost every married man will tell you, you're not allowed to have an opinion or state a fact as a man in the United States. I also don't know how many of y'all have complained at me like childcare is the same thing as working a real job. It's not. I've done childcare. It is not a real job. It is essential. You do know the difference between essential and a job, right? When it comes to raising children, it should be both parents that raise that child.
My kids keep taking my gum, so I have to go get some. Thank you. Have a good day.
Speaking of, I might still have gum in my hair from 1986.
Well, we used to be 73. We changed districts already once. That might have been 72 and went to 74. That's why I said 72. So I'm getting
Good morning. Get up, get ready for school. Like, get out of bed. I can tell you still in bed. Get up. I tried to call her one time.
It's that voodoo ranger looking like he done drank himself to death. No more yokes for me. I'm a bad egg. He's not even that good a rapper. You made more balloons. Yes, please. 10. One of the things I try to impress on you is that it's not that women are evil. That's not it at all. It's not that men are evil. That's not it at all. It's that we've been taught that men make absolutely no difference. We don't matter. Whether or not we're a human being depends on how many backsides we're wiping at the current moment. How much of a human being we are treated by the opposite gender is based on what we're giving them, what we're building them, what we're making for them. And then a lot of people don't understand what an essential job is. You know, if you want a roof over your head, yeah, you realize that having a roofer is probably an essential job. And it is. How about when your toilet clogs up? Yeah, having a plumber, that's an essential job. Women don't get essential jobs. Here in the United States, good luck finding a woman who's willing to work at a construction job of any sort. There's a lot of construction companies that I've worked for that do hire women only for book work, and mostly because they feel sorry for the woman. And that's how most of the women I know end up with jobs, people feeling sorry for them. And when I say most of the women I know, I do specifically mean the women that I know. I know that there are lots of women in the world who did not get their job based on sympathy. I also know that just because I know who you are doesn't mean that I know you. Yeah, I know who Johnny Depp is. I've never met Johnny Depp. I now know who Amber Heard is, but I don't know Amber Heard. So we've taught everyone in America is just to be completely and totally disrespectful towards men. Men don't matter. And then, of course, even though men are the primary victims of nearly every single category, women will literally ignore every single crime. The only one that matters is rape, and rape only matters if it's a man who perpetrates it against a woman. Meanwhile, take a look at people who are, well, my aggressors. Nicole Jarrell, did she do things that are legal or moral? No. She didn't do anything near legal or moral. What she did with that carrot, highly illegal. Yeah, how do you commit an illegal act with a carrot? When a woman says that she's abused, she doesn't have to be abused. She just said so, so you're expected to drop everything. And why haven't you dropped everything yet? When it's a man who's victimized, it's, hey, you need to take care of it yourself. You need to just man up. Women don't work that way. Women do not operate that way. When they want to destroy your life, they'll do it as a group. And they'll do it over trivial shit. The most trivial shit. See, a woman will destroy your life because you emotionally cheated on her in her own head. Meanwhile, she can go suck a bunch of cocks for blow, and it's somehow magically not cheating because there is nothing emotional in it. No, it was definitely emotional. Just, you only cared about your emotions. You didn't care about the man's emotions, because a man is not to be having emotions, are they? How dare they? How dare they express themselves? How dare they speak up? How dare they do anything other than just lay down and take it when you want to be mean? right? Being a man ain't easy. And you know, we're constantly being bombarded with women's experiences. For most of us, your experiences are fucking laughable, with the exception of giving birth. There's a lot of women that I know that do go to work every day. Some of them are hard workers. When it comes to abuse against a man, it's just not important. A lot of these women, they want to pawn me off as if men get treated the same way that women do. No, we don't. If a man is abused, he's told to go take care of it himself. He's told nobody cares. A woman doesn't have to be abused. Just pretending that you were is good enough to destroy a man's life. And this is why we need to hold people accountable to their own actions.
They showed up about 3 o'clock. They didn't get here at 3 o'clock. Oh, so the 5 minutes. Oh, I'm really glad they're still in Lincoln City. We've taught women to be disrespectful. The man ain't shit thing. Really? Then move the fuck out of your house. You didn't build any part of that fucking house. No woman did. The majority of the houses in this country were built exclusively by men because they're the ones who have the useful trades. We don't have to invent jobs for a man to have. We do have to invent jobs that are inclusive of lazy women. How sad is that? If you're lazy, we're expected to literally make up jobs for you to do. Now, there are jobs that women are better at. Women are better fighter pilots, on average. We got to say that part there, don't we? On average. Women can withstand more G-forces than men, which is pretty amazing. They also have slightly better reaction time. Now, why is it that so many women, if they have so much better reaction time, why is it so many women get smacked upside the damn head? Well, reaction time doesn't mean that you're in the fucking Matrix. Most of the women that I know that ended up getting hit absolutely deserved it. That's no joke. How is it that somebody could deserve getting a beating as a woman? Well, I'm going to start off by saying none of them were beatings. I have never in my lifetime seen a woman get beaten down by a man. Ever. I've seen a woman get smacked around a little bit, and the majority of the time after getting physically violent with a man. So if you get physically violent with a man and he restrains you, then he's a horrible monster, isn't he? Ain't that the America we live in? Do it a woman once, right fucking now, or she'll destroy your life. And that truly is the way that it is for a man. We have to be afraid of all of you. If you don't get what you want right when you want, you'll pull a crystal bow comb. What a crystal bow comb do? She gets all drunk, gets pukey. And then, of course, she's in a compromising position if she's too drunk to hardly even speak. And now she got people trying to shove her into a vehicle to have their way with her. Now, of course, somebody comes along and helps her out of that situation, like I did on multiple occasions. How does she repay the situation? Well, while she's drunk, she feels that what she's supposed to do is try to have sex with a dude. Like, no. No, I'm not interested in having sex with a woman who's got puke on her fucking face still, you know? Now, some of y'all say that was years ago, you should just let it go. I shouldn't let go of the experience. We learn from our fucking experiences. You idiots who tell us to let it go, let it go. How much do you enjoy being on the internet? When people realize that their own voices are on my YouTube channel, after they've embarrassed themselves by claiming I slandered them, they get to hear their own words speaking that so-called slander. I knew I didn't have any real friends before Natalie died. Natalie was the only person in my adult life who actually stopped and listened to me as a human being. That's why she was my best friend. Not that anybody gives a shit. You're all fucking cowards. There are no good Americans. None. Not one. In the entire time I have been alive, I have never met a good American. I've met a few people who duped me for a bit, but that's it. Now, the expectations of what we're supposed to give women, where did those expectations come from? I mean, it used to be beneficial for us to protect our families, but women are not families anymore. We have taught them how to lie, cheat, and manipulate every goddamn thing that a man earns. So what purpose does a man have in going to work? I know a lot of women who, well, they live in a fucking pretty shitty goddamn house. It's nasty, and a man has to come home every day, clean the house, and then cook dinner. While she complains that she's a stay-at-home mom. Lady, you're a stay-at-home mom during the hours that your children are at school. What are you the rest of the time, though? A nag. When he gets off of work and he's got to change dirty diapers and cook dinner and clean the house, you are not a stay-at-home mom, you're a fucking mooch. A lot of women, like Tabitha Michelle Cook, for example, she's like 300 pounds or more. She's not a thin woman. It's hard for her to get a man. And if she gets a man in her life and he's a complete and total alcoholic idiot, well, her kids are just going to have to deal with it because mom wants some dick. You get to hear all these women who want to give shitty advice. They don't want to hear a goddamn thing that a man has to say. Modern society is bow down to women or shoot yourself in the head. Those are your goddamn options. Lay down and be a little bitch or remove yourself from the equation. There are people in this town whose choices have had horrible, horrible consequences for me. But these are women, and we don't hold women accountable. No woman in the country is going to be held accountable. We can show that right here in Tillamook. Female teacher has sex with a 14-year-old male student. She served 6 hours in jail. That's it. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. You know how this turned into such a big issue? Procrastination. And not procrastination from me. Y'all pretend like homeless men are treated the same as you are. Like fucking hell they are, you fucking stuck-up cunt. You'd know that if you were a man. But you're not. You're pampered and believe that everybody owes you because you were born with a vagina. The majority of the issues that men have are that we have to go to services primarily run by sexist women. All women are sexist. All of them. There isn't a single woman in the United States who is going to treat you as a man the way that they expect to be treated by a man. We get the, oh, women can do anything a man can do except better. Really? Try powerlifting. That's right. There you go. Could you outlift me? Probably. You probably could. I'm not in good physical shape, but you don't care. We've taught women to never-endingly talk about themselves and gossip about others. When a man is trying to get help, what he gets is gossip. Guess what I heard? Guess what I heard? Fuck what you heard. If my predators are contacting you and harassing you, fuck you. If you're gonna fucking harm me because you heard a fucking rumor, why don't you find out if the rumor's true or not, you dumb cunt? When a man needs help, you get to hear from a lot of different people how disrespectful they are. How dare a man who is being abused try coming forward? How dare a man who is being abused ask for help? How dare he? Right? Well, fuck this goddamn country. That's why this country is so gross. You get to hear all these women on these 988 lines and 211 lines and 288 lines or whatever the fuck they are. All these women do the same thing. They talk over men like we're retarded. Like we must be retarded because we have a penis. Get the fuck away from me. All right? I didn't ask to be targeted for abuse. All women in this country know who they can take their shit out on. Every single woman in this country knows exactly what she's doing when she takes advantage of you. She's being selfish. Kind of like when she uses the kids as a tool to try to get you to do things that are against your best interest and your kid's best interest. But you're hijacked into doing it because if you don't do what she wants, she'll pretend like you touched her inappropriately. We got women who will literally bully and even beat their children into saying that a man touched them. At least now we have the ability to record it. But what's the difference between a woman recording a man who looked her direction, oh my God, he's rapey, and a man who records a woman actually stalking him? That man isn't going to get heard because all women in this country are taught to be sexist. We're also taught not to listen to men. Only women matter. Only women's opinions matter. Oh yeah, and when it comes to free shit, we have to give up our entire lives to women and black people because they're not being given enough free shit. While you pretend that homeless men are the cause of all of your problems. Homeless men didn't rape you, your dad did, dummy. You gonna blame all men for that? Well, guess what? Women have been shitty to me my entire life. My entire life, in order to have a friend, male or female, I have to bow down and take abuse from women and listen to incessant bullshit that nobody gives a fuck about except for her. A man looking your direction is not abuse. You staring a man down because he's not attractive is abuse. Do you recognize the difference? Of course you don't. You have a vagina because, well, having a vagina means that you're automatically right, doesn't it, you fucking twat?